night terrors. That's this counselor taught me that term, night terrors. The night terrors were waiting. They were waiting. They hung out and they waited for me to shut my eyes and go to sleep. And every once in a while, they didn't even wait for me to go to sleep. They just waited for me to shut my eyes and get relaxed. And here they come. Um, yeah, yeah. And I still have them every once in a while now.
Have you found any tricks like staying away from environments that make the thoughts come into your head? Are there things I interviewed a guy once who would drive way, this is in DC, and there was a short route home taking 20 minutes. He took about an hour and a half because he had to go around the whole city of Arlington. He didn't want to be anywhere near Arlington National Cemetery.
Wow.
And he did the most absurd things, but they took care of him.
Mine is a little weird, and I wish sometimes I wish it was a little that easy, that easy, right? Because that ain't easy, you know. But mine had a lot to do with being in closed spaces, things like that. And when I would do job interviews and meetings and things like this, I'd have to scout out the places. I'd have to find out, you know, where it's going to be, what the room looks like, what the seating arrangements were going to be, and if I could, which I always found a way to do it, I would manipulate the seating in such a way that there's a clear path between me and the door. With no one or nothing in between me and the door. And I still do that more subconsciously than anything now, but every once in a while, you know, on purpose. But yeah. So yeah,
What do you think that goes back to?
that goes back to when I was in the brig. You know, the way the brig was arranged. They had me, this guard, when he would come in, he was between me and the door, between me and the main door. It wasn't like a cell door, it was a regular door, and he was always between me and that damn door. And I guess I always had the thought that if I could have run out that door, you know, maybe I could have escaped, but he was always between me and the door. And sometimes I'd be looking at the door, and when he would catch me looking at the door, he would beat me, and he would tell me, "Don't even think about it." You know, he said, "If you even try to make it to that door, by the time you get to that door, there's going to be a bullet in the back of your head." And one of the games he would play, I'd wake up sometimes. He'd have the gun in my mouth, and he would be pulling back the chamber, and I'd wake up. And sometimes he'd have it just like in my ear, and I'd wake up and I'd hear that sound, you know. And so it's like something between me and the door is not, you know, it's not a good thing. Someone between me and the door is definitely, it's not good for that person to be. It's not so bad anymore. It used to be a lot worse. I mean, you could really find yourself in a bad way, you know, being between me and a door. It's just like really kind of a dangerous spot to be for another person.
Do you ever just find yourself not feeling stuff, numbness, just kind of, do you do that, or do you feel things a lot?
I feel things a lot. I overfeel things. I feel like I'm a raw nerve. Sometimes, and it's destroyed many relationships. Someone might say something to me, and they might criticize me, and it might be legitimate criticism, or it might just be their opinion. And their opinion is not like they're trying to destroy me or anything, but they're just, you know, I think you're an asshole, you know. But you know, and I might have been an asshole, or that's just their opinion. But I take it like you know, you just called me the worst thing in the world, and I'm just like this subhuman being. And you know, some people are motivated like with grades. You know, you have a phenomenon in academia that's, especially among young people, you know, overachievers. They don't do well, you know, if they don't get an A It's like they're really upset and stuff like that. I don't get an A, or if I don't do as well as I knew I could have done, it's like the message to me is I'm horrible, I'm less than human, I'm bad, I'm terrible. And if someone says something to me, even if their inflection sometimes they don't mean anything by it, but their inflection, I get the feeling that they're not happy with me. If someone's not happy with me, it's because I'm bad. It's not because I did a bad thing, it's because I am bad. Uh, yeah, you know,
So, do you ever? Can you think of a time when you jump? Are you jumpy that way? You startle easy. When you get on it, sometimes that
sometimes. Not it used to happen a lot. Sounds. Matter of fact, sounds like clicking sounds. Like even something as simple as the lighter flicking, it would remind me of what it sounds like when you pull back the hammer on a gun, and someone could make that simple sound. Like, what the hell? What was that? A door shutting. If I'm very relaxed and off guard and not really aware. Like I'm usually very, very aware. I did a little exercise where I'm usually very aware of what's going on around me. Like the conversation is going on to my left. I'm very aware of how many people are over there, how many people are walking right over here right now. If I'm not mistaken, there's someone with a dog over here right now. Someone with a backpack just passed, and a couple other people that are right up here. Someone just came out of that door. I'm usually very aware of these things. When I allow myself not to be aware of those things and a door shuts, I can find it very startling. And I've gotten pretty good where, unless you're watching me, you may not see it. You may not see my response. I've gotten pretty good at hiding my response, but the response internally is there. I'll still, but you may not see it anymore. I've gotten pretty good at hiding things.
I'm going to ask you a question I've never had the balls to ask before. All right. Nobody's had.
Now, I'm not going to promise an answer.
No, you don't have to, but it's really friggin' interesting because I have interviewed a number of women, and to ask this question of a woman would be insensitive. But here's the issue: you're in a sexually abusive relationship with this guy, repeatedly. How does it affect you? Because you know what? Being touched fucking feels good. And the first time, how do you deal with something being oppressive and abusive of power, and at the same time it gets all fucked up with your brain and it feels good and it's sexual and it's tension and it's does that produce guilt or confusion or what does that do?
Guilt, confusion, anger, everything. A wave of emotions in the way that you feel, in the way that you see yourself. One of the reasons why I've been married twice and relationships go through me like water is for a long time it's hard for me to fully enjoy intimacy. There's like if someone a woman could touch me and I could are they trying to manipulate me? I'm wondering, is this person trying to manipulate me? Are they trying to get me to feel good so they can get something from me? Or other times, I'm not supposed to feel good. Or I just want this, I just want this to be over. In other times, in the worst scenarios, I just want this to be over. I remember I was with my wife, and she was a great woman. She was, a good person. But sometimes when I would sleep with her, I just wanted it to be over. I just wanted the deed to be done. And I'm having sex. I just want it to be over. I want it to be finished. I don't want to do this. But I just this sense of obligation, and I just want it to be done with. And then as far as like the way I felt about things that happened, I mean, you're like the confusion around that. I mean, there was times. I mean, it's weird. I'm talking about this on a fucking camera. You know, I think I've only explored this a couple of times, but there was a couple of times where I had physical responses. You know, and I would say that probably more than anything probably set up confusion and anger within myself. It's like, what the hell? And that's where the "am I gay" thing came from. You know, am I gay? You know, you had an erection. You know, this guy is violating you, and you had a friggin' erection. Are you gay? You know, I lived with that for a long time. You know, I try to learn how to walk. You know, I'm like, how am I walking? I used to ask my friend. I kid you not. At one point, I've done a lot of different things. I was in the music business. I was a disc jockey. And I became a womanizer for a little while to fight off the feelings of I must be a closet gay person because that happened to me. And I would have my I would have my friends. I would walk and I would say, okay, I want you to check out my walk. I would have my friends check out my walk because I didn't want to walk gay. You know, and all of that came from, you know, having a physical reaction. Uh, you know, when I would meet a gay man, you know, I like, okay, you know, there's something in my voice, so let me lower it some deeper. Like, I gotta put some bass in that damn boy. You know, I mean, it's just like, you know, everything. You know, even the hand expressions. I'm very expressive. I mean, everything. The way I dress, everything. I studied martial arts when I was young, even before I went in the military, and I got deeper in it. Then I got involved in bodybuilding, you know, for a little while. You can't tell now, you know, but I got into bodybuilding for a while.
What I need from you is this. I need a statement because this will be, you're saying brilliant stuff, okay? But I need to make a distinction that Diana will have to include in the cut. I don't, and you've already said it, but I need it in one sentence, which says, I don't care. I have nothing against gay people.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a personal identity thing. I don't know who the fuck I am because I'm confused. And so
That's
it's
good.
not that you're judging. I don't want to be one of those bad people.
Yeah.
Just your head is, so that kind of thing. You agree, Dee?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. You know, homosexuality. You know, people are people. I don't hate gays. I don't hate lesbians. I don't hate transgendered. Human beings are human beings. I like them if they like me. This thing that happened to me was so horrific that I didn't know who I was, what I was, and I hated myself for not knowing. I hated myself for having to question what I was constantly. I've never had anything against anyone.
I need a segue statement that's going to say something like, I learned a lot, something to the effect, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I learned a lot about myself when I traveled and lived in Kenya. And then just go with that. That's something, you gave us some great material there, and we're going to have to segue. Go ahead.
My greatest self. I know what it is that I'm trying to say. My greatest self-discovery came when I went to Kenya and when I lived in Kenya and learned about